Hey guys, I'm back. It's only been a couple of minutes. I don't know why I did that, but there you go. I did those, pretty nothing. I did these, as you saw, just to recap you. And now, I'm gonna go to some liquid fast mask. This stuff is loads of fun. I'm going to use that to paint the radiator ducts. They have, in the decal sticker set, as you can see, they have graduated pieces there. So I'm kind of on the fence. Like I could just use the stickers and paint it white and all that, but I might be able to stick some radiator grilling in here. I did this on the LaFerrari models, but if you look at the actual drawing, you'll see how deep that is. It's a little bit different than what I had to deal with the LaFerrari model. So I'm not quite sure how to handle it, but that's why we do this together. So I think I'm gonna mask it because, you know, I could always change my mind and paint over it, but to take the paint off this plastic, that's a bad experience. You don't wanna have to remove paint from these bodies. Adding it is one thing, taking it off is quite another. So I'm gonna mask it for now. And this stuff, I'm using this flat paintbrush, but I mean, I've got a few different paint brushes here that I might be needing. And I'm gonna paint that, or am I? Am I gonna paint that first? You know what? I lied. I think I'm gonna do the blue mask first. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, because this is gonna be too difficult because the liquid mask takes hours to dry. And so that would be a second step. So I guess I changed my mind, putting the lid back on. This is water-based, by the way, so if it does start to get dry or if it's too thick for what you're trying to do, you can thin it with just water. It doesn't smell bad, none of that stuff, so it's fine to use. So, forget that idea. Forget these paint brushes and whatever else I was thinking of. And let's start with some mascaroo tape. I think I'm going to start with this weight and just follow the contour. Let's take a big long piece, thereabouts, probably longer than it needs to be. Give it a snip. And let's see, it starts right at the inner piece of the light is blue. So right here, through the light is one piece. All right, there's no blue on either side. Yeah, there is a little blue. There's a little blue surround. Little tiny blue surround all the way around the light. Is that in the decal? Let's see if that's in the decal. It is. It's these, right? So I can choose to do that with paint. See, that matches right there. This little outline around the headlights. Right there. Okay. Knock the tripod over. All right. So forget that at the moment. And it looks like this basically follows the contour of the fender almost perfectly. Let's give that a giddy uppins. Oh, let's see. This is tricky. This is a little tricky. It's almost probably the width of this tape is actually pretty close to the masking width I need to have this. But now it's gonna need to be white. I think I want to have a little white coming down. Once again, there are going to be decals on the outside that cover this up, but I like to make the mask as good as I can make it as far as accuracy. Let's see what we can do here. I always yeah. So go press away. I think the back. Is the back blue? You know, I got to get my model out at some point. And check. Let's see. And then you've got this bend here, comes all the way down and around. But I think I'm going to have to cut this and go to a thinner gauge mask to do this right. So that's what we're looking at, sort of, kinda. This piece stays white on one version of the car and blue on another version of the car. I think mine is going to be white because I'm going to use the Rothman stickers there. So that'll be one less thing I got to do, right? So that curve probably needs to be a little lower, I would say. I'll tell you, this is going to be a tricky place to get paint into. Tricky. And to get this curve to be gentle is also going to be tricky. It's not bad. Certainly can be forgiven with a little bit of stickers on top. But like I said, I like to do it so it looks good as a paint job. Ugh. I think that looks a little better. A little better. So, yeah, they have the blue following this line right here. Which means I got to come up quite a bit higher on this turn. All right. It's like trying to mask with dental floss or something. This tape is very thin. And it doesn't stick all that great. And it's not very pliable. It's very papery. Some of these tapes are a little more plasticky and they'll stretch. But I found that the problem with that is they also retract. And so when they retract, your mask is screwed up. You can see this mask is screwed up to here, so I'm probably gonna have to cut it here and work a thinner piece of tape from that point forward. I'm gonna cut this right there. Get rid of that. Get a thinner. Well, my other thinner piece is so freaking thin, but you know. Let's see if that works. And if it doesn't, I'll go back to plan A. Let me know if you can see where the tape line is, because I haven't found it yet. There it is. All right, let's see if this tape line, then I can double this up, you know, but it'll give me the curve I'm looking for to match against this. See what that looks like. Well, I think that's got it pretty good, if I'm to believe what I'm seeing here, you know? Blue, 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 gold. I believe it or not, I was actually crazy enough to think I was gonna paint those red, gold, and white stripes, but I cheapened out on that. I decided, nah, thanks but no thanks. And I'm glad I did, because that's just goofy talk, just crazy talk. And I'm crazy, but you know, let's be sensible here about how crazy you want to get. Now, I may give myself this little line. I'm not sure how this will peel up. Might be pretty crappy. As I said, these lines don't bend all that gracefully, so I apologize if I keep taking the body off camera a little bit, my apologies. I gotta be more cognizant of the fact that somebody might want to watch this. I don't know who, but there must be one or two of you. I think I got like 40 views on the last one, which is 40 more than I thought. I thought I'd be the only one playing the video to see if it was any good. So, not that I'm going to win any Emmys for it, that's for sure. But, you know. Okay. Something like that, maybe? So, see what I did? The green line would be that blue line kind of thing. That blue line there that goes around the light bucket. But if I don't like it, I can always fix it with a sticker, you know? So now the rest of this is kind of the simple part, is really just taping this all in. Let me get rid of this. Get that to one side. And now just start stringing some tape to mask this off. So this is just, you know, a little bit sloppier thing to do. You don't have to take the, well, you do have to take the same care because you don't want bleed, but it is a little simpler, at least, thankfully. I hope I have enough tape. I'm running low. I gotta order some new stuff. You'd be surprised how fast you go through supplies. The good thing is the window masks will stay for both color changes, so that's good. And then, you know, I may not mask the white at all. I may just paint the whole underneath of the car blue. That's what the master guy did that did this car. He just painted the whole underneath dark blue. I'm just worried that it's gonna make the white less bright. Not that it'll bleed it, it'll just be opaque, and the white won't be as reflective from the outside. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We'll see. We shall see. All right, take that. This one I want to give it a little overlap. Did I take this off camera again? I apologize. Maybe I didn't. All right. So that's that much. I'm going to cut the excess. Let's try curvy scissor number 2. All right, let me tell you, cutting out these pieces are so difficult. That was another tedious part. I didn't record that. I told you about it. If I build another car, I'll take the time to do it on camera so you can see how lengthy that can be, at least for me. I'm sure the great model builders will be able to do it with much less effort than I did. All right, so that's that. This stuff, quite all right. And remember, thankfully we don't have to mask this side. That's the good thing. That's the good news. All right. So, more taping with our medium roll. I guess this roll be good. Make sure you overlap. I can see I did not. I missed the spot. Really, the painting is the fun part. When you finally get to, if you do all this nonsense and you get to spray paint it, that's when you're having a good time. At least I am. And then when I peel it away, it's always stressful because I'm wondering what bled. And there's always going to be something. I have yet to not build a model where I didn't make a mistake somewhere along the line with masking. Always a bit of a heartbreak. But back in the old days when I built plastic model kits and you painted everything on the top side, I thought it was easier to do that than do these inside jobs. The advantage of the inside job is you get this wonderful shine to your paint job without having to do a clear coat or something like that, which I used to do. I used to put some clear on to get that really nice shine. Okay. These compound curves are so difficult to get the tape to do its thing. It's more of a patchwork quilt when you start that stuff. But you can see, as long as you get your overlaps good, it's a little sloppy in here, but it's overlapped. And let's see, let's get some more of my fattest tape and do around these light buckets. I don't know if you caught my cat running through the scene, but she's quite the supervisor. She always tells me what I'm doing wrong. And so anyway, I think you've got the gist of the process, at least, that, you know, mask, 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 get the curves right, get the tape to overlap, burnish it in as much as you can, go over it many times, especially if you're not going to paint immediately. Like if I decide to paint this tomorrow, which I probably will, I'm not going to paint it today. I want to go over all of this again and press all this tape down tight, because it will come up, and wherever it comes up, paint will go in. No matter how lightly you spray your coats, they will come in eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go, because you get it. I know you do. And I'll come back with the liquid mask part when I'm done with this, and do a little segment on just painting that stuff on, so you can see some of that. Just cutting some of the excess off here. It ain't pretty, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. And like as I keep reminding you, plastic out here, so we're all good on the outside. That's the happy part. I know you want to see the whole side finished. I know it's just too much for you to not see the drama of it all come to fruition. So I'm going to do that for you. I'm pretty sure the back of this car is dark blue too, so I'm going to run this mask all the way across. I'm going to cut this piece, but this all gets masked to black or to dark blue. Just cut that. Do that. Press that in. So yeah. Who knows if I might have enough time off to finish this thing before I get called back to work. Of course, it might be snowing, but you know. At least it'll keep me busy. It's a good thing to have a hobby or two or three. Almost done. One more piece. All right. Cut, cut. That is, that's where we're at. 30 minutes to do that. Another 30 minutes to do this side, I'm sure. Do the tail, this light piece back here. And that should be it, I hope. So next thing I'll show you is the liquid masking when I'm ready to do that. Thanks for watching.